Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back. How is everyone? Refreshed? Ready to go? Eager for the afternoon? Okay, excellent. Thank you. So just as a reminder, my name is Professor Alexandra Kunish. I'm a professor in the marketing department, and I'm thrilled to be here for the summit in the afternoon. We got some great panels and something we have never done before, which is a live demo of some new marketing technology. I have my colleagues here from Nailbiter. I'm going to introduce them in a second. And then we have some great panels and we end with another keynote speaker in the afternoon. So it's going to be a really exciting afternoon. So without further ado, let me welcome our two speakers. And I want to first give a shout out to Carol DeVito, who is our marketing advisory board member. She made a generous introduction to Amit and Davis here and the Nailbiter team. So a big thank you to Carol for helping us get this off the ground and here today. So Nailbiter's technology platform allows manufacturers and researchers to see and hear their customers make product decisions in store and online through video. The resulting consumer and shopper insights allow marketers and researchers to make immediate decisions that drive market success. And we'll see that come to life in just a minute. Amit is an entrepreneur with a passion for uncovering what makes consumers tick. Over the past 20 years, he's been on the forefront of behavioral science in the market research industry. He's led several successful startups in the space, notably Afanova, which was sold to Nielsen in 2014. Davis is a University of South Carolina alumnus who graduated magna cum laude in international business and marketing, a dual degree in 2021. He currently works as an augmented reality expert in the client success team at Nailbiter as an analyst in the field of videometric market research with a primary focus on providing scalable solutions for CPG firms worldwide. That's quite a mouthful. So I will turn it over to both of you to give us a demo and teach us a little bit about AR and VR in the product research space. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And I really appreciate the opportunity to come here and present this today. Fun fact is, if you ever go up on the 7th floor, Nailbiter, when we were 3 people, we used to have a 3-seater table at Newark Venture Partners. So we weren't incubated here, but we were very grateful to have the space where Carol and I and a few of us could come and meet and talk. Today, we're 250 people across 8 countries. So we've done something right. And I love the word entrepreneur because it just means that I keep failing a lot, but I can't take no for an answer. So that's what entrepreneur really means. And for the young people out here, you can be an entrepreneur at this age also, just so you know, right? You don't have to all do it in your 20s. So we'll jump right in. Let me introduce you to market research. Everyone here know what market research is, right? It's surveys. Everyone thinks of market research as surveys. Market research was started by a company called Nielsen in the 30s to see what people are listening to on radio. Then they invented Nielsen TV ratings, which we still use, shockingly, right? In the 50s. Most of what you do in market research today, it's a $90 billion industry, was invented in the 50s. The only thing new in our business in the last 30 years has been online surveys. And fun fact about online surveys is, what are the 2 commercial applications for the internet in the 90s? Surveys and porn. We'll only talk about surveys today, okay? So that's the industry, very traditional, very stuck in its ways. We've been in this industry for a long time, and our goal here behind Nailbiter is to start a company that drives real change, right? And technology is usually the change agent. And we're going to show you that. I need the clicker. Okay. As soon as I get the clicker, we'll click it. Thank you. Where's the on button? Here you go. Yeah. High tech. So. Okay. So a quick 30-second primer on how market research works for the most part. Our focus is the consumer packaged goods business, which is the Coke, Pepsi, Mars, Oreos. In recessionary times, it's great to be in this business. Everyone has to eat their cookies. And when they're feeling worse, they eat more cookies. So this is how most innovation works in this multi-trillion-dollar business, right? You show a new product idea to a consumer sitting at home doing an online survey, and you ask, how likely are you to buy this product? And there might be more information that you share. There might be less information. It may be animation. There's different things you can do. But this is the basic foundation of this multi-billion-dollar business. But just to give you a perspective, right? Fred here is proposing to his girlfriend. Look at that. Does that make sense? Right? If that doesn't make sense, how come this makes sense? It can't make sense. So treating the consumer as a survey robot is what led the company to all the declines that have happened in the last 20 years. All the innovation that you see, whether it's new chips, new drinks, look at the names of the companies. It's not Coke, Pepsi, Mars, Nestle, all the big players. It's some guy, gal in their garage frying up chips. I met this kid up in Boston who's now, I think, literally a billionaire. He was frying chips. He now owns a company called Food Should Taste Good. And now he sold it to some big name. I'm sure that's how it all happens. But this is how innovation is done. And today we're about to show you how it should be done, right? So keep that in mind. Okay. Good.
So what you're seeing here is what we imagine as the next step of product concept design. What we're going to show you is a product creation that doesn't use 2D to 3D, but instead uses 3D to 3D. So what you're going to see here is a new product concept for a milk carton, what you might have seen in the last slide there. And what we're doing here is we're using virtual reality, using a program called Gravity Sketch to sort of create the model that we will eventually be using to export to our augmented reality system. So within that, what we're able to do with this new product that has the idea of sort of reducing waste and being a new sort of design for milk. Obviously, you haven't seen milk with a triangular top before. The idea here is that we're able to cut out a step in the product concept design process. And here you see the output of that Gravity Sketch, and then the final output, which is what we're able to see in augmented reality.
Can you just pause it here? Can you just pause the video here? Can I do it with this? Jay, can you pause this? Thank you. So I want to be very clear to say we're not designers, right? And in advance, the apologies to the Mattel team who are the designers. So they'll regale you with how design works in the 3D space. We're just showing you a sampling of what we think the future of design looks like, right? Today, design is done on Sketch. Instead of sketching on paper, they sketch on a computer, and they have a stylus and everything. And once they're done designing it in 2D, they make it 3D. In the future, they will be designing in 3D. So that's part of what that demo means. But that's all what happens before we come into the picture. Once they have this 3D design, that's when Nailbiter comes in the picture. So what you're about to see next is an actual demo of the app with all the screen sharing and Zoom and everything that's going on. It usually doesn't work out well. So Davis came here yesterday, recorded all of this right here, and everyone in the room will get a chance to use the app afterwards. You get a free trial out of it. But go ahead, Davis.
Yeah. So what you guys are going to see here is the full process of using our augmented reality system. So like Amit was talking about before, we actually came and filmed it in this space yesterday. So what we're going to start out by seeing is, give that a second to go back.
you just play the video?
Great. Yeah, so what you guys are going to see here is a demo of our AR visualizer product. So what you're starting out to see here is a phone, actually this phone right here. Let's see if I can get it out. This phone right here, which was scanning the environment around here, which is actually scanning the floor if you saw that on the front part. And what we're seeing here is a new type of design that was imagined to be based on the shopping experience of someone looking for cereal in the UK. So you can see a number of different merchandising and branding. Tesco here kind of indicates that that's the UK aisle. But what you can also see here is some new innovative designs of, what can a display look like? And the idea here is that these large CPG companies and these large retailers can test out these new displays and these new planograms virtually without having to dump millions and millions of dollars into focus grouping or what have you, pilot stores. And what you're able to see here is also the ability to test new types of products here. And so what you're seeing here is a new type of animation that we're working on that demonstrates a new type of idea for a product. One that reduces waste, one that's more environmentally friendly, which is a concentrated pill that you can use and convert into mouthwash by simply adding it to water. And the power of our platform is that it's very easy to use, right? Through using our app, you can just pull out your phone and, for example, you can anchor it right to this desk right here. And so I think the power of that is very, very inevitable.
Thank you, Davis. So what this does is it allows the consumer to relax and tell us what they think when they think it, right? If I'm asking the consumer to say, hey, would you buy this product, right? It's a micro stress on the consumer, but you're put on the spot. Versus, what do you think of this product? And what I'll show you later is we actually will put that bus inside a store. So if you're Kellogg, you spend $100 million a year on these type of displays globally. So someone comes up with the idea that, hey, let's make a school bus and we'll put an LCD screen on it, and then we'll put all this product on it. And then they'll make 5 prototypes for $10 million, right? And then they'll ship them to the store, and then they'll wait 6 months. Versus doing this and getting an answer quickly. If it doesn't work, you move on to the next idea and next idea. So rapid prototyping kind of brought to CPG. Now, who here knows what toothbrush they use, what brand, right? So a bunch of people. Toilet paper? Okay. Now that you've raised your hand, go home and check. Half of you are wrong. We just don't know. So as consumers, we can react to things, but we don't remember. Why? Because most of the CPG products are what are called low involvement categories, right? I know everything about my cell phone, but I don't know much about my toothbrush, right? Unless I use electric. So that's a little bit of the primer on the concept, how we're bringing the concept to life to give the consumer a real idea. I'm going to show you a few slides from the next step, which is we collect the consumer response in audio video. So right at the bottom, when Davis was showing his demos, the record button, all the shopper has to do is hit record and just say whatever they want to say, whatever they like, whatever dislike. This is just a quick introduction to the company. We're very proud to be certified minority owned. Like I said, we're very proud to have been here for a year when we were developing. And we have today 19 of the top 20 global CPG manufacturers as clients. So how does that piece work? I talked about video and data extraction. So there are 4 steps. And this is not just true about nail biter. What I'm showing you is how all video metrics and video-based market research will be done in the future, right? And we've given this open source to all our competitors. They can do it as well. So the first step is capturing the video. We work through the traditional means, social media, etc., to get our app on the shopper's phone. And then pretty much anywhere in the world, any class of trade, any geography, we can get them to watch this product inside the store or inside their home and record a short video. Okay. So the video is 30 seconds. So Jay, you think this one will play? Just try the first video. Perfect.
Pizza section, saw the DiGiorno, the price was $5, so it's better than what it usually is. But we would be getting Jack's or Tombstone. Honestly, the ones that I would probably be buying today, because I'm not really feeling like a super thin crust at Jack size, I'd probably be getting something like Tombstone. And what I'm looking for today are the Tombstone pepperoni, and there's a couple of these left, not a ton, but a couple of these left. So I haven't been craving meat because I've been pregnant, and so I haven't been eating any meat, and now I'm like, okay, I want meat. I'm probably gonna get the Tombstone one before meat. And then I'm just gonna get one because this is gonna be for me, and I usually get it when I'm not feeling like cooking for the night. So that's what we're getting today.
Okay. So, and in a minute, I'll ask you to play video 3 also, just as a heads up. You can pause here. What you saw is a shopper making a very short shopping decision. That 40-second video replaces a 30-minute survey. And there's more information extracted from that 30-second video, 40-second video than a 30-minute survey. Because she gets to say what she wants to say, a survey has to be designed, right? If I was designing the survey, not in a million years would I ask, hey, are you pregnant? What a ridiculous question to put in a pizza survey, right? But because she's pregnant, she changed her brand, right? That is a huge deal to the brand that's being purchased and the brand that's not being purchased. I'll show you one more video. If you go to, which one has the AR? AR, there, thank you. I think you have to just hover till you find the play button. It's a little bit irritating. Yeah, down here, there you go. PowerPoint tries to play tricks on you.
The fact that you can see here it's zero alcohol and it has a grapefruit flavor, which is really cool, right? I typically don't see grapefruit flavor mouthwashes anywhere, so this looks like it could be really refreshing and it could get your mouth clean. One thing to sort of dislike here is the size. I noticed it's only 500 milliliters and a larger bottle, so that's just a little bit frustrating. Thinking about whether or not I would purchase it for $5.39, unlikely, just because I think you can get the 1 liter over here cheaper, or I'm not 100% sold on whether or not it has the same germ killing power as the traditional Listerine would. So I would need to know much more in the way of information about that.
Okay, great. And that's the last video we have to play. You can just pause that. Okay, so she is able to truly react to that product because she's in the market buying right now. And she says she's not going to buy it. When we do these surveys online, a typical response rate is 70%. 70% of people say they're somewhat likely or highly likely to buy the product, right? The actual purchase rate for a very successful product is 5%. Right? So how are you going to do a survey that is so overstated, but when you put it on shelf, it's the right size, it's the full package, right? And she likes the flavor, so we can report that back to the client, but she just doesn't see the value. You're giving me half the bottle for the same price. It's not going to happen. So that's the benefit of bringing this augmented reality technology. Yesterday we were having lunch in Newark. Afterwards, we wanted to find my car because I always lose it. So I wrote down where it was parked. And then we put it in Google, and then Google has the live view. I don't know if you've tried it or not, but it shows you take a left, take a right, don't kill yourself by walking on the street, right? But augmented reality is part of our future. There's like no denying it. We're pioneering the use in market research. So now we've captured the video, we extract the data from the video, right? So we scan what's happening on shelf, what the store is, what is the category, what's the brand. We also do that for their screen with their permission. So if they are buying online, we can get that. That's a virtual product. So we can see where they placed it. That's another interesting thing. They're allowed to place it wherever they want in the category. So we get to learn where they placed it. And the most important why behind the buy actually comes from the audio. So we code the audio and we extract information out of it. And what we're doing with that is we have developed new metrics for the whole industry, right? So today you've heard of metrics like brand perceptions, you've heard of metrics like awareness. These all metrics someone developed in the 50s. And every company uses them. And that's what I was talking about. We're not making our system proprietary. It's not patented. It's open for everyone because these are the new metrics that brand managers will wake up in the morning and want to know. What's my notice rate this week, right? So I won't get too deep into it. And we've developed products. So what I've been talking most about is here, which is innovation. But most of our business actually comes here, which is understanding what's actually going on inside the store. The innovation stuff is very new, and we're pushing it hard with clients and having a lot of success, a lot of excitement behind it for that reason. So I have one example here of what the data actually looks like in the form of a case study, but this is probably a good time to pause to see if there's any questions. Yeah.
How do you incentivize people to give you this information, and also how do you ask it in a way that's make sure their opinion is not biased? Because like I'm a marketer, market research is everything. So in order for us to make data-driven decisions, the data has to be clean and cut. But how do you get rid of biases if you can?
Yeah, great question. One of the biggest investments we've made is fine-tuning instructions and incentives, and it changes category by category, country by country. The most important thing is let the shopper do what they want to do. So whether I get a 1-second video or a 1-minute video, your incentive is the same. And the incentive is typically in the form of PayPal, Amazon points. You get $4 or $5 typically for doing this. Compare that to an online survey where you get $1 for a 30-minute video. So you know who likes to get $1 for a 30-minute survey? Bots. That's why half the responses in a survey are chatbots or bots. That means you're not really talking to real consumers anymore. So that's typically what we do. We keep the instructions very brief, and we keep them in a language which is typically what they would understand and is very simple. And we make it clear that we're not pushing you to buy anything. So we tell you that it's perfectly fine if you don't buy anything. But shoppers upload their shopping list every Thursday. So we know what's on your list. So if there is mouthwash on your list, only then will you be invited to make a mouthwash video, right? And we also don't allow people to make too many videos. It's not a mission. I want to naturally see what you're doing, and I don't want to somehow incentivize you to jump in the car, go somewhere and do something, because that kind of defeats the purpose. Does that make sense? There was another question here. Nope. Okay. So let's quickly go through. How are we on time, Alex? 5 minutes? That's enough. So let's look at one case study where AR makes a huge difference. Ritual is a product. And by the way, we haven't worked with Ritual. It's a real case study with real data. but we're not working with this brand right now. But it's a really good brand. It's one of the best selling multivitamins online. And why not, right? Just look at the positioning. Everything is pure, clear, hence their branding. The future of health is clear. The bottle is clear, right? Now, suppose this brand wants to come to sort of the traditional market where 95% of multivitamins are still sold, right? That's CVS. So in CVS, this is what the aisle looks like. This whole aisle is virtual. We have recreated it inside the store on consumers' phones. And we asked them to tell us what, if anything, would they buy from this aisle. We asked them to make a second video that tells us what's most premium, efficacious, healthy, whatever it is that the brand stands for. And then finally, we show them 3 products, not telling them what the client's brand is, and say, tell us more about all 3 and what you would buy. Okay. So this way, we're getting the best possible feedback from the consumer. And what we found is that on average, a brand gets 18% notice. That means about 2 in 10 shoppers notice any given brand. Centrum is about 45%, all the big brands here. Ritual is 3%. If you launch this product in CVS, which is going to cost you an arm and a leg, 97% of the people are just going to walk by and never see it. Okay. So that clear packaging that is so amazing online with that beautiful yellow background and those big pills, this is how it looks on shelf, right? So it's actually working against you. And then in addition to it, if your product stands for purity, if it stands for healthy and whatever else it does, those attributes also we can, I think that slide got skipped, that's fine. And then finally, we can tell you what percentage of shoppers will buy the product, right? And sorry, it's a big fat 0 here, right? So wouldn't you want to know that now versus after actually launching the product and putting in all the marketing behind it? This is the slide I was looking for earlier. This shows you which attributes are the products ranked on, right? So there are 32 brands here. Ritual is 8th on natural, 8th on premium, 9th on effective, right? That's not good enough. That's not good enough for them to become one of the products that people will try. So it doesn't mean that's a complete fail. What it means is now you know what you need to do. You need to make people aware of your product first. So you need marketing, right? You can't just put it on shelf. Most products are launched without marketing these days. You need to do more for people to realize it's natural. You can work with CVS, you can get a display and you can get shelf callouts. So this is called actionable information, right? Information, everyone's drowning in information. No one wants more information, but actionable information, that information is worth a lot of money. And I'll pause here. There's endless amount of data that we can provide the brand and also where people look on the packaging, etc. But that's our presentation today. If there's any other last questions, otherwise we'll hand it over.
Any questions? Absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much, Amit and Davis, for sharing that with us today. Really super interesting. I'm going to date myself by saying this, but when I was a product manager at Neutrogena, we did all of our product testing with white cards. So yes. Don't start guessing my age. It's definitely taking us back versus what you have shown and taught us about today. So thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you.